Hi YouTube, it's Mike from K and Autograph. Welcome back to the channel. If you're into autographs, cards, or blind trades, you're in the right place. This week I have 16 TTM through the mail returns, including one for the Hockey Battle of the Teams. First one up is a big one. Hall of Famer Mike Mussina, better known as Moose. Mussina had an incredible 18-year career with the Baltimore Orioles and New York Yankees, finished with 270 wins, over 2,800 strikeouts, a 3.6 ERA, a spot in the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 2019. What I always liked about Mussina is how consistent he won. He won at least 11 games, 17 straight seasons. He made 5 All-Star teams, won 7 Gold Gloves. Always one of those pitchers you could count on in the big game to give this team a chance. He also had some near perfect game heartbreak, including a one against the Red Sox in 2001. He retired the first 26 batters before giving up a single. It's about as close as it can get. Next up is a return from one of the most intimidating pitchers of the 80s and early 90s, Dave Smoke Stewart. Stewart put together an outstanding 17-year major league career pitching for the Dodgers, Rangers, Phillies, A's, and Jays. He pitched with 168 wins, over 1,700 strikeouts, and became one of baseball's greatest big game performers. What really stands out about Stewart is his dominance during his years with the Oakland A's. From 1987 through 1990, he won 20 or more games 4 consecutive seasons, something very few pitchers ever accomplish. He was also a key part of 3 World Series championships and earned a 1989 World Series MVP after helping lead the A's sweep the Giants. Next up is a return from former NFL punter Mike Bragg. Bragg played 13 seasons in the National Football League, spending the majority of his career with the Washington Redskins after being selected in the 5th round of the 1968 NFL Draft out of the University of Richmond. One of the things that makes Bragg's career especially impressive is his longevity and consistency. He punted for the Redskins from 1968 through 1979 and remains the franchise's all-time leader in punts with 896. That's a record that stood for decades and just shows how valuable he was to the Washington special teams. Next up, a 1-2 return from Ricky Ellison in 47 days. Born in New Zealand, Ellison made history as the first New Zealander player to reach the NL after a standout career at USC, where he was part of the national championship team and 2 Rose Bowl winners. He was selected by the 49ers in the 5th round of the 1983 NFL Draft. He quickly made an impact, earning all rookie team honors his first season. He spent 7 seasons with the 49ers and was a member of 3 Super Bowl championship teams. Our next return is from former Major League catcher Chris Bando. 4 of 3 in 25 days, he threw in one of his own cards. He started at Arizona State and hit the game-winning run in the 1977 College World Series championship game, helping the Sun Devils win a national title. The Indians selected him in the 2nd round of the 1978 MLB draft, and he made his major league debut in 1981. He spent most of his 8-year major league career with Cleveland, his best season coming in 1984 when he hit 291 with 12 home runs and 41 RBIs. Our next return comes from former major league pitcher Don Carmen, 3 of 3 in 14 days. Carmen 10 seasons in the majors with the Philadelphia, Cincinnati Reds, and Texas Rangers. His best season came in 1987 when he won 15 games, started 35 contests, and threw more than 200 innings for the Philadelphia Phillies. What a workhorse. Carmen was also known for his sense of humor. Tired of answering all the same post-game questions, he once posted a list of 37 cliche baseball answers in his locker and told the reporters to take a pick whenever they wanted one. Our next return comes from former Major League pitcher Chris Cordelli, 2 of 2 in 14 days. Chris's baseball journey is a great example of perseverance. Despite pitching well in high school, he didn't receive any college baseball scholarship offers. He walked on San Jose State, later transferred to San Jose City College, eventually drafted into the major leagues. He pitched in the major leagues between 1982 and 1990, appearing in 144 games, recording 38 wins. Best season in 1985 when he won 14 games and led the Oakland A's in victories. Our next return comes from former Astro great Larry Decker. Decker made his major league debut with the Colt 35s on his 18th birthday in 1964, struck out the legendary Willie Mays in the first inning. What a birthday present to yourself. his 14-year career, Decker became the Astros' first 20-game winner, selected to two All-Star teams, threw a no-hitter against the Montreal Expos in 1976. The Astros later retired his number 49 in recognition of everything he had done for the franchise. After his playing days, he spent years as an Astro broadcaster before becoming manager. He led Houston to 4 division titles in 5 seasons and was named National League Manager of the Year in 1998 after guiding the Astros to a franchise record of 102 wins. Our next return comes from former Major League third baseman Doug DeCinces, and he signs 3 cards for $5, and I got it back in a quick 14 days. He played 15 seasons in the majors with the Astros, Angels, Cardinals. He had the impossible task of replacing Hall of Famer Brooks Robinson in Baltimore, but he had a pretty solid career of his own. His best season came in 1982 with the Angels when he won the Silver Slugger Award and finished third in the American League MVP voting. He was also selected to the 1980 All-Star team. Switching over to football, our next return comes from former running back and tight end Rod Bernstein. Bernstein was a first-round draft pick in the 1987 NFL draft, selected 24 overall by the Chargers out of Texas A&M. At Texas A&M, he was a standout athlete who made the transition from running back to tight end and earned first-team All-American Southwest Conference honors in 1986. During his 9 year with the NFL Chargers and Broncos, he totaled 3,000 yards rushing, over 1,300 receiving yards, and scored 24 touchdowns. Best season 1993 with the Broncos, when he rushed for 816 yards and added 44 catches. Kind of an unusual fact about Bernstein is he wore number 82 as a running back with the Chargers because of a loophole in the NFL numbering rules at the time. He was the only active running back in the league allowed to wear a number typically reserved for wide receivers and tight ends. A 2-2 return in 10 days from Dave Fleming. Fleming was a left-handed pitcher who pitched in the majors from 1991 through 1995, primarily with the Seattle Mariners. Before reaching the big leagues, he started at the University of Georgia and helped lead the Bulldogs to the 1990 College World Series championship. The Mariners selected Fleming in the third round of the 1990 MLB draft. He made his quick rise to the majors. Best season in 1992 when he won 17 games as a rookie. During that season, he put together an impressive streak of 9 consecutive victories and finished with a 3.39 ERA. Outstanding performance, earned third place in American League Rookie of the Year voting that year. My only point from the battle of the teams, Scott Clemson, 2-2 in 90 days. Clemson was selected by the New Jersey Devils in the 1997 NHL draft and went on to build a professional hockey career that spanned 14 seasons. He played with the Devils, the Maple Leafs, and the Florida Panthers. Before reaching the NHL, he had an outstanding college career from Boston College. He helped lead the Eagles to the 2001 NCAA championship and this is a cool fact, appeared in 4 consecutive Frozen Fours. Next return, a 3-3 in 28 days from Scott Bales. He pitched 9 seasons in the majors with the Indians, the Angels, the Rangers. Over his career, the left-hander had 343 games, recording 39 wins, 13 saves, and 351 strikeouts. One of the interesting parts about Scott's career is that after being out of major leagues for more than 4 years, he made a comeback with the Texas Rangers in 1997. I asked him about that in the letter. I said, "What made you decide to come back after all those years off?" And he said his daughter wanted to do it, and it really helped having all that rest on his shoulder. A 3-3 return in 16 days from former Yankee Brian Fisher, and he put his major league debut inscription on all those cards. Fisher pitched 7 seasons in the majors, 1985 to 1992, spending time with the Yankees, the Pirates, the Astros, Mariners. Over his career, he played in 222 games, had a 36-34 record, 23 saves, 370 strikeouts. I asked him what his game plan was for when he faced batters the second and third time through the lineup, and he said the same plan that we start the game with: pitch my strengths to their weaknesses. And my last return this week comes from former Minnesota Twins outfielder Steve Bry. He was selected by the Twins in the first round of the 1967 Major League Draft, made his Major League debut with the Twins in 1970 at just 21 years old. He'd spent 7 seasons with the Twins before playing for the Brewers and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Best year, 1974, when he won the Twins starting center fielder jobs out of spring training. That year, he hit 283, led the clubs in doubles while appearing in a career high 137 games. Only season he was a full-time starter, but he sure made the most of it. That's going to do it for today's video. I hope you really liked it. If you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button so you get a notification when I put out a new video. Leave a comment about which one was your favorite. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Thanks for everybody for signing.